Hello, ladies and gents, and welcome to Next Year Insights. I'm your host, Andrew Green, a certified neuroscience coach with a diploma in executive coaching and NLP, neurolinguistic programming. On this channel, we explore the psychology, neuroscience, and deeper patterns that shape how we think, act, and ultimately, how we live. So in today's video, we will be exploring soft goals and gentle ambition, why slowing down might be the fastest way forward. Let me ask you something. What if pushing harder is not a sign of ambition, but a sign that something is misaligned? We've been conditioned to believe that success belongs to those who move fast, who push relentlessly, and who sacrifice everything in the name of achievement. But here's the uncomfortable truth. That model doesn't just produce success, it also produces burnout, anxiety, and a quiet sense that no matter how much you achieve, it's never quite enough. Introduction: a cultural recalibration. We're witnessing a subtle but profound shift. People are beginning to question not just their goals, but the way they relate to their goals. So instead of chasing success through pressure and comparison, they are beginning to ask, can I succeed without exhausting myself in the process? This is where the idea of soft goals and gentle ambitions begin to emerge. And despite how it sounds, this is not a retreat from ambition, it's an evolution of it. Section 1. The problem with traditional ambition. Traditional ambition is built on the premise more effort means more success. But that equation ignores something critical. The human system has limits. When ambition becomes rigid and externally driven, effort turns into pressure. Pressure turns into stress, and stress turns into resistance. And eventually, progress turns into burnout. What begins as motivation quietly becomes obligation, and obligation disconnects us from purpose. Picture someone who has done everything right. They have achieved the goals and reached the milestones. From the outside, their life looks impressive. But internally, they feel restless, unfulfilled, and constantly chasing the next thing because their goals were designed to prove something, not to sustain something. You can achieve everything and still feel like you're missing something. Section 2. What soft goals really represent. Soft goals are not about lowering expectations. They are about changing your relationship with achievement. Instead of asking, what can I accomplish as quickly as possible? You ask, what can I build that I can actually sustain? Soft goals shift from rigidity to flexibility, from outcomes to process, and from external validation to internal alignment. So when your goals align with your well-being, progress stops feeling like pressure and starts feeling like expansion. Section 3. The neuroscience of sustainable progress. Your brain is not designed for constant strain. Under high pressure conditions, cortisol rises, cognitive flexibility decreases, and decision-making becomes reactive. The harder you push, the less effectively you think. But flexible goals create consistent dopamine release, stable motivation, and sustainable habits. Effort leads to reward, and reward leads to reinforcement. Here's the counterintuitive truth. What if the people who appear less intense are actually playing a longer and smarter game? Section 4. The paradox of gentle ambition. When you remove unnecessary pressure, you remove resistance. When resistance decreases, consistency increases, and consistency drives mastery. Steady movement outperforms intensity, not because it's faster, but because it never stops. So imagine two people start learning a skill. One goes all in and burns out within weeks. The other shows up daily, even when progress feels slow. Months later, one has stopped, the other has evolved. Section 5. A cultural shift in the definition of success. We are moving away from performative, comparative success towards something sustainable and internally aligned. People are choosing balance over burnout, progress over perfection, and meaning over impression. A goal that costs your well-being is too expensive. So in summary, we need to redefine what it means to succeed. Soft goals are not about doing less. They are about sustaining growth. Real success is not a single outcome, but your ability to remain in motion without losing yourself. So in closing, ask yourself this question. Are your goals designed to impress others or to support the life you actually want? If success were defined by sustainability instead of speed, how differently would you move? So in closing, if you found this video edifying, informative, or even educational, I encourage you to register your satisfaction by liking, sharing, and subscribing. So until next time, keep moving toward your next tier. Take care.